Now today we're gonna do fried chicken, but we're gonna do it in the air fryer, and then I'm also gonna show you how to do oven fried chicken. So first off, flour. We have to season it. Flour is plain. I have a couple of cups of flour. I have 2 tablespoons of my Creole seasoning, salt, and garlic powder. So we're gonna get this into our flour and just get that stirred in. And you notice we have 3 bowls here, okay? We have our plain flour here. In this bowl, I have a couple of eggs that I'm just gonna beat right quick. Now, to this, I have a cup of buttermilk and I have a 1/4 cup of water in there as well. So we're just gonna mix this together. Now, to give our wet a little flavor, I'm gonna do a few shakes of hot sauce, whichever one you like, and I'm gonna do a few shakes of my Worcestershire sauce. Now, my Worcestershire sauce has seasoning in it. And you know, a lot of Worcestershire's a little different. Remember, that adds a salty flavor, but I like my Worcestershire because it's nice and thick and it's already seasoned. So this is gonna go ahead and help season our batter here, our liquid portion. Now, in this bowl, I have breadcrumbs. So here's what we're going to do. Let's take our chicken, and of course, with our chicken, now if you want, you can season the day ahead and the night before you get ready for this, but I'm just gonna take our Creole seasoning, put a little Creole seasoning on our chicken, and you know, we're gonna season both sides. And I'm using a boneless thigh. I don't know about you guys, I love thighs. And you could do this in the bone, you could do it boneless, you can do any pieces that you particularly care for. All right, just one more down here to get seasoned. There we go. I think we've got them all. Oh, there's our oven beeping. That means it's preheated. The other thing with the air fryer, I preheated our air fryer so we aren't putting it in cold. So it's a little warm. So let's take our chicken into the flour. Now let me move this over. So we're gonna get it in this flour really good. We're gonna shake off this excess now into our liquid. Now for what's going in the oven, we're gonna let this drain, and now we're gonna put this into the breadcrumbs. And you notice I'm trying to keep a dry hand and a wet hand. All right, just press that in there really good. Now, something that helps when you fry, I have a little oil in a spray bottle. I want to spray this with a little oil because this will help crisp up. So here, let's put that one there. Let's get the front side. And you notice the pan I'm putting it in the oven in, what I've done here, I've taken a rack, I've brushed this with oil, and I just have it sitting in the pan because by putting this on the rack, it gets air circulating on top and underneath. Now, typically halfway in between, you want to go ahead and you can flip these over if you like. It's not mandatory, but if you want to, you can, all right? So let's let this drain off. Let's get another one in here. And you know, that first coat of flour, if you ask, well, chef, why did you put that flour on first and then in the egg wash? Basically what happens, that first coating of flour and the egg create like a glue, okay? So the dry and the liquid create a glue for the outer coating to stick on, all right? Let's get one more breast and we'll get this in the oven. Then we'll do the one for our air fryer.
That's a thigh.
All right. Gang, I said breast, but it's a chicken thigh, all right? Monica had to remind me. I love thighs, she loves breast. And you know, so, you know, whether it's white meat or dark meat, and you know, I would have done this for her, but I didn't have any breast. The only thing I had was chicken thighs. So that's what I'm using today. Hopefully she'll forgive me and go ahead and eat this. and try it. So there we are. So you see, as opposed to using a whole lot of oil, we only used a couple of tablespoons of oil on each piece as we put that oil on. Now I have the oven 375 degrees. This is going to go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. And remember, if you want halfway through, you can flip them over. But I have them on the rack so that air should be able to pass underneath. Now, with the air fryer, let's move this out of the way. We're going to do a little something different with our air fryer. So here, let's get the chicken in. All right, get that nice in the flour. Shake off the excess. Get that there. Pick this up, and then this time we're going back into the flour. Okay? Shake off the excess. All right. Now, let's get this coated with the flour. By doing the flour, the batter here is going to be a little bit thicker than that breadcrumb. Okay? But same thing. Look, that backside that it folded over. But just like we did with the other, we want a little bit of oil here. Just a little quick spray of oil. And we'll get this down in our basket. And the same here with our basket. I've gone ahead and oiled our basket. I just took a little oil and did that in the basket right quick. All right. Let's get this one in. You get all wet. Let the excess drip off. And there we go. You get in there to get wet. And now let's get you all covered and dry. You know, with one of the things about air fryers, and just like any time when you're cooking, you really don't want to overcrowd everything in there. Okay? So, a little more spritz of oil. And because these thighs are big, I'm going to hold off on these other thighs and put them in after these come out. Now, the same thing as before, okay? Same thing as before, where halfway through we can flip them over. So we're going to put this in the air fryer. We're going to do 360 degrees, and we're going to put it in for 20 minutes. And so if you want, you can set it for 10 minutes, take it out, open it, turn them, and then put them in for another 10 minutes, okay? So here, let's go ahead and set our timer. So our oven's working, our air fryer's working, so I'm gonna get cleaned up, and I can't wait to show you how these come out. Guys, I tell you what, our chicken looks and smells so good. Now, as you can see, the one I did in the air fryer, these are the two I did in the air fryer, that we used the flour, egg wash, and back in the flour. In the air fryer, I had the temperature set at 360 degrees. I did it for a total of 25 minutes. Now, the ones that we did the oven fried chicken, and you notice both of them, look how crispy they are. Here we did this one with breadcrumbs. I had the oven set, I was gonna set it at 350, but I decided to go up to 400 degrees. Took 30 minutes, but you wanna get an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees. And you know, with boneless thighs, you can actually get up to 180 degrees internal temperature, and something happens there in the thighs. You don't want to overcook food because it'll dry out, but for some reason the thighs, they stay moist, but it breaks down those fibers and they get tender. So I tell you what, hey, if you're looking to save a little bit on calories, this oven fried chicken and this air fried chicken, that's the way to go.